Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Bellefontaine High School here on HorvathProductions.com/live as we have the Northwestern Warriors taking on the 500 Bellefontaine Chieftains. I'm here with my partner, per usual, Jack Hutchins. Jack, how's it going tonight?
Going pretty good, Zach.
Absolutely. We are going to take a quick break here for the national anthem, and then we will be back at it with Ohio boys basketball action here on HorvathProductions.com.
respect for all who have served our country to defend the freedoms we enjoy, please rise for the singing of our national anthem, performed tonight by Bellefontaine Intermediate School students, who we will introduce now. Amelia Imager, Brenley Taylor, Hazel Rutan, Naomi Deerwester, Joelle Eden, Kylie Lowe, Nevaeh Hankstella, Carden Rollins, Xavier Jones, Nevaeh Ellis, Mia Regula, Braylon Neer, and Jessup Varner. They are under the direction of Mrs. Darcy Neal.
Thank you for that national anthem by Miss Darcy Neal's class, I believe. Jack, tell me a little bit about Northwestern. 2-12, haven't had the greatest start to their season, or even here at the halfway point, over the halfway point. Wow, that's crazy to think about. Honestly, they have a few weapons on their team. Caleb Bailey's one to point out, averaging 13 a game, and also Gabe Ronemus, averaging 10, but just haven't been able to close the games out or even stay competitive in most.
I'm not going to lie to you, Zach. Northwestern is probably the bottom of the barrel of the CBC Conference. Judged by their record, they have wins against Mechanicsburg and Ben Logan this year, I believe, but the rest have been losses, and many of them have not been close. Like you said, they've got two players, Bailey and Ronimus, who score about 13 for Bailey and 10 for the other.
Yep. Yeah,
that's about where their scoring production ends. I mean, shooting all right for the field, both of them, but beyond that, they just don't have the firepower to get done on the offensive end, and they just give up too many points on the defensive end.
Absolutely. Chieftains averaging just over 10, opposed to Chieftains are at 49, while Northwestern is at 39. So the Chieftains are averaging 10 points a game, which is very surprising. Take it that the Chieftains are not a very high-powered offense at all. I mean, they are more of a defensive ball club.
Yeah.
So, Jack, I guess the biggest question here is, what's your prediction for tonight's game?
Zach, I'm not going to lie to you. I've got Chiefs by at least 15 tonight. I think they're going to walk in here, get things done, move the ball efficiently as they've done all year, and use the trap to their advantage, get steals, and just really limiting the offensive possessions to Northwestern.
Absolutely, Jack. I'm going to go with that, too. Chiefs by 15. I do think Northwestern is going to keep it surprisingly close here in the first quarter, honestly. They really have nothing to lose. Chieftains not really having much to lose anymore either after their loss to Springfield Shawnee last week. That is going to knock them out of conference championship contention. So really, this is a must-win for non-must-win, but it's an important game for the Chiefs compared to Northwestern, who's going to be looking to get better seating.
Yeah, if you're Northwestern right now, you're just trying to get out of the range of playing the top teams in your division. Because as we know, as the Chiefs have been unfortunate to be in this position the last few years, it gets really hard when you're only around that 2 or 3 wins on the year, because you're playing the top tier teams first round, and then you're just out of the season like that. So
absolutely,
I do agree with you. I think they'll keep it close this first quarter, but beyond that, I don't see much hope for these Wildcats.
The scoreboard is out tonight, so I will be checking in with time. Time is not working. Score and everything else, quarter count will be working per usual. I will be updating the time, quite frequently, so you guys at home know exactly what's going on here on HorvathProductions.com/live. Thank you for tuning in tonight as we are just seconds away from tip-off. St. Clair is going to take it for the Chieftains per usual. TJ Segel will take it for Northwestern as the Chiefs win it. Northwestern appears to be checking into the 2-3 zone here. No surprise there as St. Clair not open down low. Good pass break up there.
Looks like they were going for a little lob action there. That pass was close to the rim.
Now, it seems to me, Jack, besides the two big men down low, Northwestern is considerably undersized compared to the Chieftains.
Yeah, and beyond that, they're also not the most athletic players in the world and might not be the best matchup for all these Chieftains who play multiple sports year-round.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and these things happen. Chieftains have been through years like this before, so there's always hiccups in programs. You can't be 100% perfect all the time. Chieftains going to go back to their regular offense and just working it around the top of the excuse me. That's a joke. TJ St. Clair knocks down the first jumper of the game. Tuesday nights, right, Jack? And the Chiefs will break up another pass. Tammy St. Clair is going to go for 4, not able to get to go. Carter snap from the free throw line. Going to put that in. The Chieftains are up 4-0 with a minute in.
And this press is going to cause major problems for this Wildcat transition offense tonight. I just don't think they're going to be able to handle the pressure St. Clair and Snap and company bring.
And that is going to be a walk called on number 3, Dylan Ford, senior, 5'10", for this Northwestern lineup.
I think we're going to get to see a lot of Chieftain depth on the bench tonight, Zach, something we haven't really seen all year. I believe we will see Jacob Salyer getting some impressive minutes tonight along with Scott.
And the Chieftains aren't necessarily known for blowing teams out. I mean, the only one that I can really remember is North Union, Yeah. As that's a good pass break up there from TJ Segel. Pump fake. Nice little pass down low. Dylan Ford will be able to put that up.
Dylan Ford.
Critical possession win there for Northwestern. 6.5 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Like I said, I will be keeping up to date on the time for you tonight. St. Clair, floater, not able to get it to go.
I think
Chiefs on the trap. That's going to be a jump ball. Wow, early jump ball call there from the ref.
Overton putting in work already, and I think St. Clair is going to have a great game tonight, Zach. These guys not on the same universe athletically as he is. Maybe not in the post, but driving from the three-point line into the paint, he's going to have a field day out here.
Absolutely. Poor pass, broken up by Keegan Overton Story. He gets the throw in. Chiefs back on offense. Snap looking to take over. Near with the new haircut. Wilson down low, jump stop, puts it up, not able to get it to go. Northwestern on the fast break. St. Clair defending, mismatch. Gonna use his long arms and height. Carter Snap with the quarterback throw. Wilson again up with it and one.
And there's another guy who's gonna have a big night tonight, Zach. Someone we know likes to drive to the basket, likes to give him some contact, and they're not gonna be able to handle it as he gets the and one on that play.
Now, Jack, it appears that Northwestern is head coach at the end of the bench there on the right. I thought that the guy in the very far left that just sat down was their head coach as Wilson drills the free throw. And, you know, someone that we criticized pretty much at the beginning of the season was C.J. Wilson with his free throw percentage. He has really shut us up this year.
Yeah, he must have heard us from up here. I guess we were pretty loud, but he's done an incredible job just staying calm and patient and working to hit those shots.
Chieftains turn it over again. Overton Story bobbles it a little bit, puts it up, will draw the foul. And Overton Story is putting in work here. 5.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter, and he is sweating down there.
Yeah, he's looking a lot more mobile than we've seen him in the previous games. Already has a steal, playing lots of good defense in the paint, going for the jump balls and getting rebounds. He's doing it all out there.
Keegan Overton Story is currently averaging 0.2 steals a game, so he's doing pretty good.
Yeah. I think we're going to see sort of a balanced scoring attack from this team tonight, and Overton will miss the first. That may give some problems to his self-claimed title as best free throw shooter on the basketball team.
Yeah, Wilson has been very clutch in that department. As Overton Story splits. Chiefs checking in the full court press, and it is working as C.J. Wilson breaks it up, gets the ball back, puts it up, and almost draws another and one.
Yeah, these Wildcats are going to be lucky if they can get past half court in these next few possessions. Just not passing the ball real well in these traps right now, not really staying composed.
Scott looking to check in for Overton Story here in the early going. 5.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter here at Bellefontaine High School. Chieftains 8-8, looking to push their record to above 500 tonight. And of course, like I said, Chieftains and for the Warriors, it is all about seeding now, as both of them are out of conference title contention. But every game still counts. I mean, you want to go deep in the playoffs, you have to win in regular season games.
Yep.
Wilson will split free throws. That's going to be a timeout by London. I like the call.
Full timeout, Northwestern.
Yeah, at this point, down 7, only about halfway through the first. We don't see this kind of position too often for a high school basketball team. They're going to have to figure something out quick if they want to get back into this game, Zach.
Absolutely. The Bellefontaine Chieftains won in a huge overtime game last week against Xenia, I believe, right away. Good recovery. Definitely a good recovery.
54-47, I believe.
Yeah, that sounds right. Big recovery game for them after that loss to Springfield Shawnee, where they unfortunately blew a 10-point lead to the leaders of the CBC now. Zion Crow also leading scorer. Shawnee's got some dogs on them, that's for sure.
Yeah, we now, but hey, comparing from their first time playing to their second time playing, we can gauge how far the Chiefs have improved this season. Holding a lead for most of that game and only really losing because of a late push by Shawnee. And that win against Xenia. Xenia has been a competitive basketball team in their conference, almost winning against the Troy Trojans, who are having a great year.
Yeah, absolutely.
And are always a talented basketball team in their conference.
And of course, Bellefontaine were on the bad side of a 30-0 run in the opener to Shawnee. So none of that last week, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So the Chieftains have improved and will be looking to improve here in the next couple of years.
And Zach,
Snap breaks it up again.
I believe that's turnover number 4 or 5 from that press already.
Wilson, 4-3, bang, leading scorer in the three-point department for the Chieftains, right at 43% coming into the game tonight for his three-point percentage. That's pretty good for C.J. Wilson.
Yeah, he's been shooting a lot better, as we say. Those percentages just keep going up, even though he split that first free throw. I really like what I'm seeing from him.
Good press break there from Northwestern, but he unfortunately is going to let the trap come. And that is going to be a jump ball turnover. I think Segel there maybe settled a little bit too early, thinking that the Chiefs weren't going to lay it on to him.
Yeah, it kind of looked like he just wasn't ready right there. He's already thrown a few turnovers this game. Coach getting him out and try to help him make some better decisions out there.
4:35 remaining here in the first quarter as Carter Snap, good move down low.
I'll tell you what, Zach, that pass is better than his haircut.
Yeah, right. I agree. Riley Neer trying the new haircut style out. Saw it today in school when I was walking in the hallway. I was like, there it is. Northwestern will unfortunately turn the ball over again. And Jack, I hate to say that I am not very surprised so far here in the early going.
I'm not either, Zach. I mean, I thought it could happen when you get in games like this.
Yeah.
I know how it feels to be on a team that hasn't won many games. You're throwing punches. You're doing all you can to stay in it, but just won't be enough in this early going as they've already jumped out to a 12-point deficit.
Wilson, a little bit of a heat check from mid-range. Near, it's going to let his night go. And honestly, Jack, if the Chiefs shot like this last week at Shawnee, they'd be up 40 by the end of the night.
Wow, that's something we haven't seen much from Near this season. Looks like he's finally getting into a groove. I do not know.
And needless to say, it has nothing to – I mean, obviously more open looks equals easier shots, obviously, and better shot selection. But
I think part of it tonight, too, is the confidence against who you're playing.
Right, I was about to mention that.
You see that record, I mean, you're just going to feel a little bit easier about yourself.
Yep, absolutely. Northwestern breaks the press again, but unfortunately for the second time in a row makes a poor pass, and it will not be able to get converted. Chiefs get the ball back again. 3:50 remaining here in the first.
Yep, and I believe we're nearing double-digit turnovers from Northwestern already.
Yep. Near to Snap. Snap's going to let it fly and get it to go in. Wow, Jack, the Chiefs are on fire right now. They're not missing.
They're not missing.
That's going to be another timeout for Northwestern. 19-2 here with just under halfway to go here in the first quarter.
Wilson already with 7, Snap with 6. They're putting on a clinic tonight, Zach.
And the Chiefs are 6 points away from half of their regular score, and we still have 3 minutes to go in the first.
And if I'm Northwestern's coach in this situation, I don't know. This is a really tough spot to be in program-wise, basketball-wise. At this point, I think you're trying to get your young guys ready and just trying to make a bright spot out of a bad situation. It's not fun to be on a team like this, and it's really it really is a test of your skill as a coach and leader if you can draw something good out of it for your young guys.
And Jack, Northwestern does contain 5 sophomores on their team, so there is 100% room for improvement and 100% time for improvement here over the next couple years. Another turnover from the Warriors. Riley Neer just going to slow it down. Wilson's going to let it fly again, not able to get it to go. Riley Neer with the turnover. Nice play from the point guard as he is able to deflect it off the defender. Back to Chieftain ball again. And those are the type of things you're going to get out of Riley Neer. I mean, he may not be the most talented player in the scoring department, but he is definitely going to give you 100%, and it showed it right there.
Yeah, he just plays the game the right way. He's a really good ball handler. Fills a much-needed role for these Chieftains.
Wilson going to try again. Do not give him 2 opportunities because he's going to capitalize for sure on the second one. And Chiefs back in the press again, 22-2.
Wilson has scored 5 times the amount Northwestern has as a team, Zach, with only still 3 minutes left to go in the first.
Good press break there from Northwestern, not able to get that layup to go. Goes up again, not again. Chieftains on the fast break. Snap, probably just going to take it for himself. Mid-range jumper, not able to get it to go. Northwestern able to break the press again. Chieftains backing off a little bit. 2.5 minutes remaining here, and the Chieftains are putting on a clinic as of right now, to say the least.
Yeah, and those Warriors just couldn't finish at the basket right there, Zach. I'm not sure if he had something in his eye on that one. 2 wide-open layups just won't get to go.
Northwestern will inbound. Jack, I think this is the most time they've had on possession all night so far.
Yeah.
For one possession.
And I have a feeling that's going to end real quick.
Jumper. Ooh, good little jump shot there from number 32, Gabe Romas, as he puts his team back in the scoring department after a 6-minute deficit. 2 minutes remaining in the
first.
first.
Got a nice jump shot for a big guy. Really going to keep the Chiefs disciplined on defense when they get the ball into the half-court setting.
I want to see Salyer get some confidence going here. I want to see him working the ball for himself a little bit, as C.J. Wilson's going to go with his generic baseline, not generic, excuse me, his go-to baseline move, and he's going to draw his foul like he usually does.
I think we're going to see a bigger role for Salyer as this game goes on. Obviously, right now, you're just trying to set the tone, get a lead that you can't really lose.
Now, Jack,
as far as the first quarter goes,
if this keeps up, I'm interested in seeing Alex Crable and the young gun, Patrick Stawley, freshman, leading scorer, I believe, for the JV team. So it's going to be fun to see him tonight if the Chiefs continue to keep this scoring pace.
Both of them young guys with lots of talent running the guard spots for the JV team, just only freshmen and sophomores. And, they've both got a lot of potential. So getting them some reps tonight will be really valuable to this Chiefs team for the years to come.
Near checking in. Coach Stawley going with a little bit of a different floor lineup as Northwestern's able to break the press. Number 1, TJ Segal, has a little bit of a pull on as he lets that go. And we'll capitalize on it. Salyer, pump fake, mid-range jumper, blocked unfortunately. Chiefs not able to recover. Warriors on the fast break. Baseline, pass to Segal. Segal again from 3 as he does a little spin move and it misses, unfortunately.
Zach,
a little bit of celebrate there before it happened.
I feel like that is one of the reasons why they're 2-12.
Jack, I don't disagree with you. Carter Snap is going to use his crisp, clean jumper, lock it down. Chieftains are keeping up with the press. They do not care so far.
And no mercy. I feel like tonight they're really trying to just stay in the groove of these basketball games and keep their guys conditioned for
Carter Snap with the turn, with the steal. Carter Snap, Salyer pass to Snap. Snap follows in behind him. Keegan Overton Story looking to get busy. Down low. They're all over him. Snap open for three. Not able to get to go. It's going to be an over the back, I believe, on Salyer. 38 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Thank you for tuning in tonight.
Chieftain foul number 21, Keegan Overton Story, his first, team second.
Harper Scott will check in for Tavian St. Clair. Northwestern breaks the press again and then just throws a sloppy pass down low, Jack. They were just trying to force everything they can.
If they keep this up, they're going to have 40 turnovers, Zach.
Yeah, and
I'm counting. I think we're at 10 or 11 right now.
And yeah, they're starting to break the press better, but then they're just handing it over right back to them as soon as they get down and start playing half-court ball.
Yeah, and these Chiefs, I mean, we know how dangerous they are in transition. They're not going to miss too many of these layups or opportunities. They get 3 points.
Carter snap, good pass to Overton Story. Overton Story spin move, goes up with it, no foul called. Overton Story slapped in the face. The ref is looking to go home already. Three-pointer, not good for Northwestern. 26-7 here at the end of the first quarter. Jack, are you liking what you're seeing here out of this home team?
I'm loving what I'm seeing right now. They're hitting shots, doing things the right way, staying disciplined in the press. I'd like to see them turn on the heat a little bit. I know they're getting to their spots really well, but I really don't see any reason why they can't keep this team behind half court for the entirety of the game. But that being said, for the Warriors, doing a better job breaking the press. We'll have to continue to do that if they even want to have a chance in this game. We're going to have to see some more three-point shooting from Siegel.
Bellefontaine back in action on Friday away against the powerhouse Tecumseh, someone that beat them earlier here at Bellefontaine High School early on in the season.
It's going to be another revenge game for them. Chiefs only scored 6 points in the first half of that game, and then battling back to only lose by 5.
Yeah, and that was they were just minutes away from tying that game back up, but not able to finish it out. You have to perform in the first quarter, which the Chieftains clearly have done here tonight, hitting half of what they average in one quarter. So, and like I said, everything is about seeding for both teams. Where Northwestern are maybe a little bit more based on development, maybe they don't really care that much about their playoff run. But Bellefontaine, that is all they are thinking about, especially the seniors on the ball club. Riley Neer with the steal. St. Clair to Neer. St. Clair is going to put it, Neer will put it up. Good assist there from St. Clair. Chieftains right back to it. Now, Jack, I know you probably haven't participated in many blowout games from your end. When do you go to the bench and really start letting the young guys play? Fourth quarter, third quarter?
You give them a little taste of it, end of the third. Get a little mix in for the start of the fourth, and you just let them play the rest out. I mean, you don't risk anything in these kinds of games because it's a high school game. Anything could happen.
Right.
You want your guys in there who are actually going to play. If you're only putting them in for experience, as the Chiefs will get the ball again from the Warriors, you're just trying to get them used to being in the game. You're not really expecting them to do much. The most important part is actually getting them out there on the court.
And honestly, Jack, it feels like Northwestern aren't necessarily comfortable with each other. They are not doing very well in the passing department. Wilson, pump fake, baseline, goes up with an and one. That is
wow.
C.J. Wilson's second and one of the night. And I assume with 7 minutes to go here in the second quarter, he's going to continue to pile them on.
He's got half the Chieftains' points, Zach.
Yeah, Wilson is having a field day, going for another 20. Jack, we covered a game, was at North Union, I believe, that Wilson pushed 20 points.
Shawnee.
Or
Sydney,
you're right. Northwestern on the fast break. Wilson able to break it up.
Good job by him, maybe getting a little handsy there, but Northwestern retains possession.
Northwestern will inbound. Chiefs maintain a light pressure press. No call. Northwestern will retain the possession. Harper Scott not liking the call, but in these type of games, obviously the ref is going to call it a little bit different.
Yeah. When you see a game like this, Zach, they're just going to try to keep the game going, not prolong it too long,
Right.
as it's kind of evident what it will become.
Wilson, top of the key. Riley near, pump fake, baseline. Back to Wilson at the top of the key. Salyer not going to let that one fly. Tavian St. Clair will, though, for mid-range, not able to get it to go. St. Clair has struggled for mid-range a little bit here in the past couple of games.
Yeah, and we kind of saw a little bit of improvement in his shooting from the beginning of the season to middle of the season, but it's kind of gone back down recently, although scoring 20 points just last game, last home game.
Yep.
Against Shawnee, he's not been doing well.
Salyer is going to try to take it for himself. Nice little pass to St. Clair. Harper Scott's going to go up with it and draw the foul again. St. Clair not happy with the failed putback. But no harm, no foul, as his teammate will be shooting too. Quick free throw release there from Scott.
Yeah, I blinked and it was already on the rim. It's another guy we're going to see a lot from tonight as the game goes on. Scott, not the most talented offensive player in the world, but plays an important role for these Chiefs
And
on defense.
Yeah, he will make his presence known on defense. 29-7, 6:23 remaining here in the second quarter of play at Bellefontaine High School with CBC cross-conference action. Nice Euro step there from number 32, Gabe Ronas. Jack, that was pretty filthy, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, he got me on that. Good move by him.
Wilson's going to draw two again. He's going to keep taking himself back to the line. And Jack, honestly, with the amount of free throws that this guy gets in game, he does have the experience to really nail them. And honestly, late in the game, is that a person you're looking for if you need to hit free throws? Or would you settle for, let's say, a Carter Snapper, Caden Reeves?
I would rather, when he's playing, I'd want to have Caden Reeves do it. Although he doesn't have the highest percentage on the team, I believe he's got the most accurate jumper from the free throw line. Wilson tends to have some long and short. Reeves are kind of miss the same spot every time.
Wilson not able to get the second free throw to go. Northwestern gets it past half court. That's going to be a travel called. Number 0, Ross Foltz, another young sophomore for the Warriors, makes a mistake and he's not very happy. But like I said, this is a young team. He has plenty of experience and plenty of time to grow and progress as a basketball player. Riley near, one dribble, lets it fly, not able to get it to go. Over the back call on Carter Snap. 32-9, Chiefs have slowed down slightly, as expected. 5:40 remaining here in the second quarter. Another pass breakup of the Chieftains, not able to complete the turnover. Another foul call on the Chieftains. I just want the ball back. They're not used to having the ball out of their hands for this long.
Chiefs foul number 4, Harper Scott, his second, team 5th.
32-9, 5:27 remaining.
Story checks back in for Bellefontaine.
Northwestern will inbound down low. I think it's the second time only that they've done it this game. As C.J. Wilson just strips it from the careless ball handler. And hard foul. Ross Foltz is not very happy with himself tonight. And like I said, he is a young kid. He'll have plenty of learning to do.
Foul number 0, Ross
He goes to talk to his coach real quick.
Kind of a dangerous foul by him.
C.J. Wilson at the line, shooting 2 for the Chiefs.
Wilson
Yeah,
hurting as he gets up to shoot these free throws.
I mean, that's another risk involved with playing players in a game that isn't necessarily competitive. Obviously, you do not want your starters to face injury. I know St. Clair had a little bit of an ankle problem. Don't quite know if it's still prevalent or not. I don't think it is. I don't see a brace down there on him or any wrap. So I believe that was just a high ankle sprain.
They're probably going to look to get him out of the game here for a little bit soon, having about 15, 16 points already on the night. He's done his duty, and these Chiefs aren't going to have any problem maintaining this lead.
Wilson will knock it down again. Chieftains are going to continue the full court press. Salyer called with the double dribble, I believe.
I'm not sure I like the call, Zach.
I was interesting. I don't know if. Nonetheless, we're back in action here. Chieftains continue their press. And I think Coach Strawley saw something on the film that he knew that the Chiefs were going to be able to take advantage of the press on these Warriors.
Yeah, I mean, when you see a team with a record like this, it usually tells you that when you apply pressure, they're going to crumble pretty easily. And that's been the case. We've seen they've already thrown about 15 turnovers this game.
Push called on the Chiefs. Back to Northwestern's ball.
Kind of just fell to the ground there, too. I don't know what's...
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot. That was a lot of fouls in a span of 15 seconds. I tell you what, 5 minutes remaining in the second. What a shot from number 3, Dylan Ford. Has nothing to lose, so he just lets it fly with the fadeaway jumper from the corner. A little bit of a smile out of him down low. He's feeling good. Jacob Salyer, see, he can get in the mix. Not quite. Good rebound from Carter Snap. Uncontested. He'll try it. Not able to get it to go. Northwestern, Dylan Ford again going up with it. And Jacob Salyer with an amazing defensive play. Knocking it out of Ford's hands. Ford, believe it or not, standing at 5'10", is a senior.
Small but mighty.
Good block there. Even better put back from number 32, Gabe Romus. He will put it in for 2. Second leading scorer for the Warriors. Riley Neer open up top. One dribble in. Will take the mid-range jumper. He's definitely more comfortable there. Good shot selection there from the junior. Four minutes remaining here in the second quarter. Keegan Overton Story are going to bring in the board. Riley Neer to St. Clair. Uh-oh. And St. Clair chooses just go ahead and lay it in. It refrains from putting the dunk down. A little bit of late time to react there. He thought about it. Good put in, though. By Ford again. Ford looking to see what he can do tonight. St. Clair from 3, not able to get it to go. St. Clair has struggled greatly from the three-point line, only shooting 20%, Jack, here at this point in the season.
Yeah, and it's just been going down as these games have got on, Zach. Like you said, I don't know if his ankle is still bothering him or what. That can have an effect on the way you shoot the ball, but not doing the best job outside
St. Clair at 35 attempts with only 6 made. Salyer, pump fake. Nice little no-look pass to Harper Scott. Scott not able to get it to go. And see, Jack, in this kind of game, I want to see Salyer take that shot. I don't want to see him kick it. I know he's a pass-first player, but in this type of game, I want to see what he can do. I want him to take that jumper. Going back to St. Clair's shooting percentage from the three-point line, he's only made 6, but the one I do remember is the game-tying shot against Jonathan Alder, sending that game into overtime in which the Chiefs ultimately won. Big game for the Chieftains. Was a must-win, starting their conference play 0-2. Near to Overton Story, down low. Kicked out to Wilson. Wilson, baseline, backs it back out. Timeout called right before Wilson drills the 3. Stawley says, that is my bad. Did not like what he was seeing. 2:52 remaining here in the second quarter. I will be keeping up to date on the time all night tonight, like stated earlier, due to the scoreboard not necessarily working here at horvathproductions.com/live. Thank you for tuning in. We are back. Horvath Productions is back in action for the CBC Swim Championships at Trotwood Madison High School, Jack, here on Friday night. And honestly, I have never even been to a swim meet a day in my life, so I'm excited to cover it and commentate with a few other swim athletes here in the CBC.
Yeah, so it's kind of an underrated sport. Really, a lot of respect to the athletes that do it because, in my opinion, it's probably, I wouldn't, obviously not the most physical, but
no, right.
the most, it takes a lot from your body to be a good swimmer. So respect to those athletes.
And Jack, and no one will be swimming this event this Friday, but I was watching the Olympics, a little bit of U.S. Olympic trials. There is a mile-long freestyle swim, and it takes about 25 minutes. And that has probably got to be one of the hardest things to do in sport.
I don't even want to think about that.
Like, that is incredible that those athletes can do that. I probably would struggle after a lap. I mean, I'm not definitely considered of peak athletic performance by any means. But I bet if you put most of these athletes on the floor right now, they'd struggle to complete 4 laps most. I mean, it's definitely its own thing for sure. Northwestern gets the ball back. Gonna set it back up. Baseline, he goes, not able to get to go. Over the back call on number 32, Gabe Rodemus, as he gets a little physical down low on the big boy. Overton Story gives him a little look.
I like the call. I'm still hustling out there, down 21 points. Good to see that these Warriors are not quitting, and he's obviously one of their team leaders, so maybe they'll get a little energy from this.
Pass broken up. 2:21 remaining here in the second quarter.
TJ Siegel checks in the contest for the Warriors.
It's like Siegel's coming back in the game. We'll see if he can make something happen.
Salyer. Another no-look pass out of the kid. Wilson near wide open, not gonna let that one fly. Wilson top of the key, physical jump stop. Salyer, nice pass to Harper Scott. Harper Scott's gonna do a little bit of a fadeaway, not able to get to go. Kicking over to Story. Big rebound, and that will be recovered by Northwestern, I believe, due to a tipped ball out of bounds.
Good effort by Scott, trying to get that rebound, just a little too physical. Will cause the over the back foul, which sends the Warriors into the bonus.
Team 7.
Man, this second quarter has dragged a little bit here. A lot of fouls here. 1:57 remaining in the second quarter here at Bellefontaine High School. Unless anything changes, we only have one live stream remaining here on horvathproductions.com/live. The London rematch that everyone has been talking about here February 10th.
Highly anticipated, Zach.
And Jack, needless to say, I am a little bit excited for that one.
Reams will be back for that game.
Reams will be back, and a big rivalry game there, obviously. As Carter Snap gets smacked in the face, it falls over. A little bit of a hit in the jaw. May check out here. Hopefully he's okay. Not happy with it.
Looks like what happens when you put 2 opposite end magnets together.
Right.
Come on. Just got sent to heaven on that.
St. Clair will get the ball. Wilson wide open again for 3. Why are they letting that one happen? As the Chiefs push to 40 with 1:30 remaining in the half.
You can't miss. Still having around half the Chiefs 40 points at 19. Great showing from him.
Wilson is looking to score 40 tonight. Dylan Ford knows how to finish.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a good move there from the youngin. Not youngin, excuse me. He's just a 5'10" senior.
Easy confusion.
Snap, baseline, foul called. Man, these Chieftains can shoot the 3 tonight. I mean, I know that one didn't count, but we got Wilson's the one that didn't count. Near Just shot one that didn't count.
Yeah, they're just hitting from all over tonight, Zach. This is probably going to be their most high-scoring game of the year.
Yeah, and
until they play Ben Logan.
Yeah, and Ben Logan, that is a game that we will be covering courtside. Highlight videos will be released the week after that game. That is, I believe, senior night for the Chieftains.
Yep.
Last game of the year before the OHSAA state playoffs, where the Chieftains are going to hopefully get past the first round. Another pass broken up again. St. Clair, a little bit of a ankle breaker on Dylan Ford. Wilson not able to get it to go from the corner. And Jack, that's what I'm talking about. I don't understand why Northwestern is trying to get these fast break points when they are getting dominated physically and athletically on all parts of the court.
Yeah, I don't think they have much other option than to do that, Zach. Not scored anything in the half court. I mean, you've got to take your chances somewhere.
True, fair enough.
I don't think they're any better off doing one over the other.
30 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Double dribble called. These Warriors, of course, have gotten 2 big wins this year, Mechanicsburg, and what was the other one, Ben Logan?
Yes. Mechanicsburg was by 16, I believe. Ben Logan was by about 18 or 20.
So, Jack, if this team beat Ben Logan by 18, then it's going to be very interesting to see what the Chiefs do to them. They do have one pretty talented player, E.J. Martin, I believe, right?
I think it'll be about the same outcome. Maybe they shot really well that
True,
night,
true, 100%.
Like that.
Salyer is going to open his night up with 3. This is what I'm talking about, Jack. The kid knows how to play ball.
With his long arms, it looked like he just dropped the ball in the hoop.
Yeah. Thank you for tuning in to our live stream here tonight on horvathproductions.com/live. That will conclude our first half of play. Second half action here at Bellefontaine High School coming at you here in just under 8 minutes. We'll be right back on horvathproductions.com/live. Welcome back to HorvathProductions.com/live. 48 seconds until second half action. Chieftains up 45-18. Pure dominance there from the home team tonight. And honestly, I expect nothing else but this to continue here for the second half of the game, Jack.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you on that one, Zach. 27-point lead coming into the second half. Not sure that these Warriors are going to be able to do much else in this game.
Yeah, I mean, Chieftains definitely going to go to the younger crowd, the younger team members. Like you said, late third quarter, early fourth. C.J. Wilson going to probably continue his dominance at 19 points. St. Clair adding 4. Carter Snap adding 8. Riley Neer almost doubling his average score with 7. Northwestern will inbound here. Chieftains laying on the defensive pressure, per usual. Now, see, this is where I'm talking about. Northwestern is finally starting to kind of work the ball around a little bit better as Ford gets a nice clean look. And that kid, like I said, has a strap on him. Jack, I wish we saw that a little bit more from the Warriors in the early going.
Yeah, he's got to be taking more shots if they want a chance in this game. Really lighting it up right now.
Wilson, open 3 look, likes the baseline more, and likes the and 1.
C.J. Wilson for 2.
It's like a mini LeBron out there.
Yeah, Wilson loves being more athletic than other players on the floor. He really takes advantage of that. That baseline move works great on people that you were taller, bigger, faster, stronger than. And that move is notorious for drawing and ones for Wilson. Chiefs just 4 away here from a running clock, I believe. It's 30, right? Is that what you said?
I believe so.
30.
It's either 30 or 35.
35 for football for sure. Do not know what it is for basketball. 7:23 remaining here in the third quarter. Wilson continues to push his free throw percentage higher. Snap. Good pass down low to number 12, Jacob Schaefer. And that came in, I believe, from Siegel. Good pass there. St. Clair with the ball to Neer. To Snap to Overton Story. And if you're going to give Overton Story the inside like that, he's just going to put that right back up. Strong physical player, offensive lineman for the Chieftains. Bellefontaine going to go ahead and turn it over. A little bit more steam there here early going in the third quarter for the Warriors. Definitely playing better.
Yeah, shooting the ball better for sure. Ford obviously getting it going early from 3. Kind of a little bit too late, though.
Chieftain's going to work the offense around. Kind of just practice some plays here. Another turnover, though. Northwestern gets the ball. Ford on the chase. Good pass. Little far. Ford trapped down low. Just going to throw that off the big boy Keegan Overton Story. A lot to aim at there.
I think I heard the ball cry a little bit.
6:26 remaining in the third quarter. Good awareness play there. From honestly, the star of the night for me has definitely been the little guy, Dylan Ford. 5'10". Second shortest player on the court next to his teammate Brock Bishop at 5'9".
Yeah, good job by him to keep composure and still find a way to contribute to this game.
Overton Story sends it back to sender.
Ford is not averaging the most points, is he?
He is not, unfortunately. He's only averaging 8 a game, and he is right at 12 right now. Probably by the end of the night, will double his average, maybe push 20.
Tell you what, is Bailey playing by chance?
Bailey.
Caleb Bailey.
Caleb Bailey, I believe that is number 33 for the Warriors. Is that him on crutches?
I don't believe we've seen him. It must be. That could have something else to do with the struggles of this Northwestern Warriors team.
Caleb Bailey. Yeah, we actually talked about it here He's the leading scorer for the Warriors. And honestly, Jack, like we were talking there at the break, you do not believe that this team is better than Benjamin Logan. Maybe that's why Caleb Bailey, their leading scorer, is not on the floor tonight.
Yeah, this team is incredibly sloppy, and that doesn't deal with the pressure real well. And I mean, I think Ben Logan and them are on the same tier, but any given night, one team can happen to shoot better than the other.
And that is probably, like you said, the X factor. Caleb Bailey led the Warriors to an 18-point win over the Raiders, Bellefontaine's cross-town rival. About 10-minute drive here from Bellefontaine High School. Both Bellefontaine addresses. Rivalry game in few sports, right? I mean, maybe not so much of football and basketball anymore for the boys side of things. Boys baseball, definitely still a big rivalry game for the inner city Bellefontaine school against their country rival, Benjamin Logan.
I'd say that's probably the only sport, though.
Yeah, and then on the girls side of things, I don't quite know. Girls basketball may be a little bit competitive.
I know their volleyball team's pretty good.
Boys soccer, I think, has always been kind of a competitive matchup with Ben Logan. A lot of those kids grow up playing High Point Stars club soccer together. But otherwise, yeah, I mean, like I said, that'll be senior night here at Bellefontaine High School for the Chieftains.
Impressive pass.
St. Clair is going to fumble it, but it's going to knock off of a Warrior. St. Clair not happy.
Just looked a little too out of control there to make anything out of that pass break.
I think he was
slow it down a little
maybe
bit.
thinking about a dunk. I don't know. It liven this gym up here with 5:25 remaining in the third quarter here on horvathproductions.com/live. Riley Neers just left wide open. Not able to get to go, though, so maybe Northwestern was onto something. Ross Foltz was wide open. TJ Siegel is obviously not a quarterback as he just blows that way over his head. Good effort there from the Warriors. Not quite able to get it to go. Salyer will check in for Neer. Chieftains right at their average, Jack, and we still have 11 minutes of basketball. Yes, 13 minutes of basketball remaining here. And the Chieftains are at their average score, so they have put on a clinic in the scoring department against this undersized Warriors defense. Salyer, pump fake. Scott in the mid-range. Carter snap, nice little grab there. Lets it fly for three. Not the best three-point shooter for the Chieftains. Obviously getting good practice in tonight. Dylan Ford, like you said, he's got a strap on him as he goes for more. Kid has some talent. He might be only 5'10", but he knows how to shoot the ball. 15 points for the senior from Northwestern. I don't think he's missed the last three shots he's taken, Jack.
I don't believe he has either. Doing a good job knocking them down right now, giving these Warriors some life.
St. Clair with a little baby hook. That will be an air ball. Now, something that I would like to see improve from Bellefontaine is shot selection, especially when they're playing more competitive teams. Jack, do you agree?
Yeah, games like this can kind of be counterproductive to that because you get comfortable driving to the basket, taking layups, throwing shots up, and then you go play a better team next game, like a London or a Shawnee or an Alder. It comes to, and then it kind of bites you in the back a little bit because they're playing better defense, they're more disciplined, and then you're like, oh well, and you're just not tuned up to it. So yeah, I would like to see the Chieftains work the ball around a little bit more. Although we know that they're capable of scoring on this team, it's maybe not the best idea just to be throwing up shots.
Now, Jack, since we have a little bit of a break here, how is the indoor track season going? I know you guys competed, was it last weekend or the weekend before that? How are you guys doing so far here? I believe it's a club sport, right? Not a sanctioned sport. But how are you guys doing so far, and how is it looking for the spring?
Pretty solid. A lot of young talent on the track team in the freshman class. Having some growing pains, but you know you're going to have that whenever you have a lot of young kids just coming in doing a sport that's of course not even declared as one by the school. So
And-
it's a less organization, but a lot of good progress.
And
being made.
it's a good thing for someone that is either a main track athlete, has nothing to do in the winter, or just doesn't participate in a winter sport. Do you guys have anyone that does winter track that doesn't do spring track, or is that not really a thing?
We've got a few that just want in there because they want to get faster. You know, that's always good too, having people around that want to just work to improve themselves. But it's mostly people that run spring.
Have you guys won any indoor track events? Is that a thing? Do they have team scoring in indoor?
I do not believe so. It's more of an individual thing. See where you're at. But we've had a few make it to the finals against schools like Dayton, Dunbar, and Wayne this year, which is obviously a big step up for a school like Bellefontaine.
And Bellefontaine High School, of course, is always fighting uphill in track, as they are right on the cusp of Division II and Division I, and we have been Division I for a very long time.
D2 now.
D2.
Yeah.
This is the first year.
Yep.
Wow. So we're gonna see a lot more state appearances, I hope, from the Chieftains in here this spring.
Got a few of.
Is Team State a little bit out of reach, or do you think that's kind of an expectation for you guys?
Not an expectation. I'd say it's within reach, though, for our relay teams. Obviously, we've got some really talented track athletes in Kaylin Organ and Harper Scott on this basketball team. Carter Snap on the jumping side of things will probably all make a push for it, and just they contribute a lot.
St. Clair wide open.
He tried.
I tried.
A for effort.
A for effort. I do not want to see the star quarterback get hurt there. He really tried to yam that.
Yeah. St. Clair probably feeling a little frustrated, only having 4 points against these Warriors after we saw them drop 20 the last time we covered these Chieftains. He's probably just trying to get something going at this point.
2:48 remaining. Tavian St. Clair, baseball player turned basketball player. I do not believe he is participating in Bellefontaine baseball this spring. I may be wrong. Of course, I'm not him. So he, of course, can make decisions. He's 16 years old. But Bellefontaine baseball, just as we're on the track for spring sports here, the Overton Story goes for and one. Bellefontaine baseball's got a little bit of a schedule on him, Jack. You want to hear this?
It's a lot of Columbus, right?
Olentangy, Berlin, Dublin, Jerome, Fairmont, school with the big stadium for basketball. I don't know how they are necessarily in baseball.
Will Caudill be playing this year?
Alex Caudill is not
so.
participating in any baseball activity.
Well,
if Bellefontaine were to make it to the sectional final, which I'm not saying it's impossible, but it'd be an uphill battle for them, he would be able to bat. But at that point, without his arm, he will be attending Lake Erie College, a Division II school for. They have lost him. And St. Clair, who is also ranked top 10 in the Ohio PBR rankings for his class. They are missing him too. Like I said, he does not plan to participate in baseball.
Having D1 offers in the sport too, and just walking away like that, really impressive that he's got that confidence in himself and believes that he can do what's best for him. Good to see from the young kid.
And honestly, it may have been an arm thing. Obviously, his peer, Alex Caudill, had to undergo Tommy John surgery. Great pass there from the sophomore. Maybe it was an arm thing as a minute 49 kicks down here in the third. Maybe it was he wants a little bit of a break to focus on football. Obviously, I think football has become his main sport with the exit from baseball.
Yeah, and he obviously we know his football talent, offers from the likes of Tennessee, Central Michigan, and many
Ohio,
other Power
I believe.
5 schools. Yeah,
I'm trying to think about Florida, obviously the second other SEC
sorry,
school.
I forgot Florida. You know, sky's the limit for him athletically. He's going to do
Absolutely.
what's best for him.
I mean, who knows? Maybe he turns into a three-sport athlete. I mean, it's possible. I could see it happening. On average, Jack, they do say that three-sport athletes are just become better athletes in every sport. That is statistically proven.
And it makes sense.
I saw a stat, 55% of players in the NFL played at least two sports or more in high school. So the statistics are there. If you want to be a professional athlete, do not just focus on one sport.
It's even more than that for D1 football players.
Yeah. Track
it's
is
way
definitely
higher.
the big one that most professional athletes compete in the spring.
Saw a stat, Nick Saban's recruiting statistics. Usually the average of players that played around two or more sports in high school for his recruiting class were about 75%, 70.
Yeah,
Somewhere
and
around
I
there.
believe that. As Carter snap with a great steal. Chieftains leading by 30. 40 seconds remaining. Snap, we'll put that in for 2. And yeah, and like I said, track is a very important thing for football players, I think.
Yeah,
Especially,
of course.
and it's not really one of those things where, I mean, you compete, don't get me wrong. It's 100% good competition. But kind of like what St. Clair's doing, basketball obviously isn't St. Clair's first sport by any means. I mean, I hope not. I mean, if he loves to do it more, that's fine. Do what you love. But obviously, this is just something for him to, like I said, continue to compete, kind of relieve the stress a little bit. But obviously, a competitor like St. Clair maybe not look at it like that.
Yeah, and we've seen the importance he adds to this team.
Right.
Although he's not doing the best right now.
Good take from Salyer. Even better rebound from the young player, someone who has not seen varsity minutes, Trey Taylor. I believe this is his first time of him checking in, and I didn't even notice, Jack. 5 seconds remaining.
I think it's his second.
Second time.
It's close to that.
Well, he's at least going to get significant minutes here tonight.
Yeah.
Against the Warriors.
So he draws the foul. See if he can get something going. Push this lead to 65.
Alex Crable looking to check in, too. I am going to assume, would that be for Wilson or for Near? It will be Near.
Gonna try to get that combo of Salyer and Crable to gel together a little bit. Crable started the year out playing varsity, did not fit the team the greatest. And let's move back down to JV to get some more experience. He's another player that's got a lot of potential for the future of the Chieftains team.
We are going to take a quick break here on HorvathProductions.com/live. That is going to conclude our third quarter of play. Bellefontaine going to definitely check in the young guns here for the fourth quarter. We will be right back at you here in 30 seconds.
At Horvath Productions, we offer specialized wedding films that cater to you and your spouse. With top-of-the-line equipment and storytelling skills, we can assure you that the biggest day of your lives will be captured from start to finish. On top of that, we offer some of the lowest rates in the industry so that you can have the best experience possible without having to give up other important aspects of your event. Visit HorvathProductions.com/weddings to see how we can make your memory.
Welcome back to HorvathProductions.com/live. 1 quarter of play remaining here at Bellefontaine High School. It is out of reach for the Warriors, most likely. I mean, unless a miracle happens. Bellefontaine definitely going to go to the younger guys. Crable, Taylor, Salyer, all in. Trey Taylor, I believe, just scored his first ever varsity points, Jack, with that free throw make. Will Sterling and Patrick Stolley check in? We'll see.
I think as the quarter winds down, we'll see them check in. You don't really want to put all your young guys on the court at once. You want to keep some.
Right, absolutely.
Some age in there with
Overton Story,
and
obviously,
Wilson.
down low, will continue to work. Wilson wide open. Going to let that fly. Not able to get to go. Now, Jack, a little bit of a different dynamic. Bellefontaine's got 2 chunkier guys down low right now, and Trey Taylor and Keegan Overton Story. Something that's new for the Chieftains. I don't think this has been a thing all year. True power forward center play.
Yeah.
Trey Taylor, avid tennis player. CBC championship aspirations for the junior with his double partner, Drew Phillips. I mean, this live stream has basically turned into a spring sports preview for Bellefontaine, which is nothing wrong with that whatsoever. We love talking about every sport here at Horvath Productions, as is that Wilson that draws the foul. Now, Jack, I don't know. I'm not quite up to date with girls basketball at Bellefontaine. How are they doing this year? Do you know?
Doing really good. At about 11, last time I checked, they were 12-6, maybe 12-7. pulling off a lot of impressive wins this year. Lots of good play from Tiffany Boop and Lexi Robinson. I do know that. Doing a great job propelling them to that record. And that's a team who's been decently successful over the last few years, always around that 500 mark. But we've seen them make the jump this year, and they're going to be exciting to watch as the season winds down.
Tecumseh in girls basketball for Central Buckeye Conference. Kit and Trail play has wrapped things up tidy with 7-0 in conference play. Tecumseh has dominated girls basketball for as long as I can remember. I remember in 7th grade they shut our girls team out. So
they've had Gatorade Players of the Year for girls there.
Yep. Near puts that away easily for 2. But yeah, good performance from the Chieftains this year in girls basketball. 1,000%. Number 12, Jacob Schaefer will let that fly. 6'4" junior for the Warriors. Not able to get to go. Near. Crable going to let it fly for 3. The hoop says no thank you. But Crable's just going to go get his ball right back. Now, Jack, just hopping on the football side of things, as Northwestern gets an easy fast break to Ford. Ford will not be able to add to his scoring total tonight. The layup just gets away from him. 6 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter. Chieftains up 68-31. Checking into fall Bellefontaine sports, Jack. I am wondering if what 7-on-7s Bellefontaine Athletics will be participating in for football side of things. Here at Horvath Productions, we did cover the Ohio State 7-on-7. Good learning experience for the Chieftains going into the fall season, playing some very, very good teams there. And that was the first time, Jack, that I've witnessed 7-on-7 football. Are you familiar with that very much?
Back in my glory days on the Bellefontaine Chieftains football team, lucky to attend a few. Just kind of a spot for players to, work on their games, see what it's obviously more of a skill position thing.
Right, absolutely.
For the defensive backs, but I'd say it's a decent gauge of where you are during the season.
It's a very interesting style of football.
It's not,
needless to say.
It's not quite game realistic.
No, not by any means.
But gives you a great gauge of where your players are and where they need to be.
CJ Wilson splits the
And with 4:50 remaining here,
Patrick Stoller checks in for the Chiefs.
Wilson will probably check out for the night at 24 points. 69-35. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I will update that scoreboard right now. And yeah, and going back to 7-on-7, Bellefontaine had a great game in tournament play at the Ohio State 7-on-7. Not quite able to finish it out, losing on a last-second touchdown to a school up in Cincinnati, I believe. I don't know, far away, obviously. Schools coming from all around the state, all around the country to compete in that. As Crable handles the ball. Near gets it back, put it in right away. 71 points for the Chieftains. 4 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter. Patrick Stolley has checked into the ball game with standing ovations.
Yeah, it's always
might I add.
Always good to see the young guys get in the game like that, and I think he's a player who's going to prove to be
As
really
Riley
talented
Near grabs the rebound, proceeds to throw it off of his foot.
Jacob Salyer checks in the contest.
I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Yeah, that was crazy. 71-37. Cooper Sterling going to check in for the Chieftains. We have a all JV besides Jacob Salyer team on the floor for the Chieftains. Let's see how they mesh here. Good look at the future. Good defense from Trey Taylor. Salyer, this is definitely a starting 5 potential for next season, Jack, right here. Salyer, Stolley, open for 3. Gets it to go. The crowd is loving seeing the freshman letting it fly early.
Yeah, and like I said before, I think he's going to prove to be pretty valuable to this Chiefs team in the future. A lot of skill, not quite the most physically ready. Does a really good job getting to the basket.
Which, of course, he's 14.
Yeah,
so
you can't expect more of that. future is bright for him.
Sterling falls over. Sterling, someone very involved in basketball, I believe plays at AAU in the spring. Sterling wide open. See if he opens his night up. Not able to get it to go. 2.5 minutes remaining here at Bellefontaine High School on HorvathProductions.com/live. The refs are just letting them have at it here. A little bit of street ball action. Salyer kicks it out to Crable. Crable for three. Not able to get it to go. 2 minutes remaining. Foul called, or maybe out of bounds. Yep, foul.
Looks like the running clock will be on, Zach. So it must be about 35.
Chieftain foul number 0, Patrick
I
Scott
believe,
is
yes,
first.
that sounds right.
Team fourth.
Jack, do you believe this will be the most points the Chieftains will score all year? Just not quite able to crack the 80 mark.
Either this or Ben Logan. This will be their best opportunities to do so.
Good mid-range jumper take there from senior Will Stott. Jacob Salyer going to set the offense up here, see how these young guys work it. Cooper, Taylor, pump fake. If he just goes up with that, Jack, the first time, he scores that for sure.
Maybe a little nervous getting into the varsity game, understandable.
That
but he will go to the line
will
for 2 more.
most likely end our ball game here at Bellefontaine High School as Trey Taylor looks to go for 3 tonight.
Fifth and final.
Jack, what'd you like from both teams? Definitely what'd you like from Bellefontaine, and do you think Bellefontaine could have done better to prepare themselves for the revenge game against Tecumseh on Friday?
It's hard to say. They did a good job playing transition defense, obviously, and that's been their strong suit all year, but not sure I like the sloppy half-court play at times, just throwing shots up. And obviously, like I said before, these kind of games, it kind of gets you out of tune for basketball games against competitive opponents like Tecumseh because you're still in the groove of what it felt like against a team like this, and may prove to not treat them that well. We will see as practice continues for them this week. For the Warriors, obviously, I think the only bright spot of this game for them was Dylan Ford getting a lot of points when the game was already out of hand. You can't gauge a team's performance based on that, and they're going to struggle as the year goes on. I believe if you're them, you try to get your young guys involved and just try to make something good out of it.
And that is going to be it here at Bellefontaine High School. Chieftains take down the 2-12 Warriors 75-39. Business as usual for Bellefontaine. Needless to say, this was expected. I don't think anyone expected a Northwestern win tonight. But like you said, a little bit of sloppy performance from the Chieftains. I mean, it's kind of hard to play your game in this kind of environment, for sure.
Of course.
Bellefontaine back in action against Tecumseh High School at Tecumseh High School this Friday. Going to be a big game for them. Jack, what are kind of some predictions for that game? Do you think the Chiefs are going to be able to get their revenge?
Let's see. Reams is back.
I believe so, yes. Reams
St.
is back
Clair's
from
going
his
to be a little bit more
suspension.
healed up.
Yep.
I've got early predictions. Chiefs by 8.
Chiefs by 8. I like the call. Like I said, HorvathProductions.com will be in action on Friday, not boys basketball. Central Buckeye Conference Championships, boys and girls, at Trotwood Madison High School. Not many schools around Ohio have their own pools, but Trotwood Madison does. Had the luxury of going there today to visit with their athletic director. Great school overall. Have you been there, Jack, to visit?
I have not. No.
I know you play. Have you played them before?
I was on the basketball team freshman year when we played them in the tournament.
But it was not at their
No,
school.
it was at Trent Arena.
Gotcha. Yeah, good facilities overall, but Jack, our last coverage of Bellefontaine High School basketball, at least at home, will be February 10th. That will be the Kylie game. Big night overall. A lot of people going to be coming to that game. Obviously, big implications for the Chieftain basketball team. We will be back in action for that. Jack, do you want to give us a little preview of that game before we take off here?
We know how competitive it's going to be already. Lots of emotions are going to be flying. Obviously, Reams and Kobe Payne for the London Red Raiders will be back. Going to be some bitter feelings between them, taking games off each other's seasons.
Right.
I think the Chiefs, if they can stay composed, St. Clair was not playing that game, I believe.
Nope.
When he is back, I don't think that the Red Raiders will be able to put on the kind of clinic they did. I still believe it's going to be a close game. The two teams match together very close. I think it could be about a 5-point swing either way, Zach.
Absolutely. And that will be streaming exclusively here on horvathproductions.com/live on February 10th for boys varsity basketball here at Bellefontaine High School. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Jack, I appreciate you coming along with me. Have an amazing evening here from Bellefontaine High School.